highlighted comment. How now, brown cow? All right, welcome back everybody to the stream. The notification should have gone out correctly now for everybody. So yeah, we are about to crack our first pack for our Facebook giveaway. Let's talk about it. Yeah, so what I basically asked was, hey, like this post, comment below for your favorite spoiler for Aether Drift so far with the link to Mythic spoilers. I posted my favorite little Gobbo from the new set. He's a spicy boy indeed. We are going to set everything to newest here. Boom. Okay. Yeah, so we're looking at Redshift Rocketeer Chief. This guy's kind of cool. He's a Goblin Pilot with Vigilance. He's a 2-mana 2/3. Tap, add mana equal to his power. Only to activate abilities, and then Exhaust. So you can only activate Exhaust once. While it's on the battlefield, you've got to either kill it and bring it back, flicker it, blink it, bounce it, recast it, bop it, etc. Exhaust 12 mana. Put any number of permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield. Presumably, you're going to win the game if you build a deck around Redshift Rocketeer Chief. So yeah, he is my favorite spicy little boy, but there's so many cool cards in the set. We could literally go through these forever. Yeah, Nick says that he's liking the rare lands in the set. William says Mu Yangling. Of course, Mu Yangling and our favorite little green ranger with a baby Mowu are the Chinese Planeswalker pair that they implemented a few years ago. Mu Yangling Wind Rider. She's got like a flying boat. Doesn't she know this is wacky races? What's going on here? But yeah, she gives all your vehicles flying, and then whenever one or more creatures are flying, deal combat damage to a player, draw a card, and when she enters, she makes a 3/2 vehicle with crew 1. So yeah, she's pretty cool. Let's see what else people are saying. James says lots of cool designs. William posting, of course, the Showcase Shark Pirate. He's super fun. He's got Ward, pay 2 life. Old Captain Howler the Sea Scourge. Yeah, whenever you discard one or more cards, give a creature +2/+0. For each card discarded this way, whenever that creature deals combat damage to a player this turn, draw a card. So yeah, wheels obviously are super good here. This guy's also just a mid-range menace. He's a 5/4 for only 4 mana with Ward, pay 2 mana and pay 2 life, plus the discard a card upside. So yeah, loving the Pirate Shark. I'm a huge fan of Brawlin and Shabraz, which is a pirate and his shark buddy from way back in the Ikoria Commander decks. Yeah, so we got lots of stuff here. Joseph Beaver says, I also like the Shark Pirate. Probably won't actually play with him, but I need every version of his card. So yeah, thanks for posting here, guys. I appreciate that. So we're going to refresh the page, see if anybody else has posted here before we crack the pack. Made Holy says, I love pirate sharks and flying vehicles. Pickin says, Jawsome. Shout out for all you street shark aficionados. The real 90s kids remember. 80s and 90s kids remember street sharks. Fire Extreme says 5/4 for 4 with its own way to grow. Yes, so he's a beast. Just imagine if you have creatures with evasion, with flying, or creatures with double strike or menace, and you can give +2/+0, or even, potentially if you're playing Wheel of Fortune, you give +14/+0 in Commander. Very spicy indeed. So yeah, blue-red discard. So what we're going to do is we're going to crack the pack, and then we're going to come back to this. Let's go ahead and get to cracking. So we're going to have Ellie, our good luck charm, bless this pack. Yes, a little good luck charm with her small hands. So we're going to have Ellie crack the pack for us here. And let's see what we get. Last time we have very high expectations. Last month's giveaway, of course, in December was our 3-year affiliate, and we pulled like $300 in cards.
Freaking crap!
So we pulled like $300 in bombs. Of Foundations Collector Booster, we got the Prismatic Rares, we got the Full Art, Shiny, Bloodthirsty Conqueror, and Llanowar.
I don't care about anything except the frontmost card.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to run through these one by one. Let's go through our Facebook giveaway pack. Number 1 here. Let's see what we get. Actually, let me go ahead and swap these real quick. Huzzah. Huzzah. Make my monster grow. Okay. Okay, so first up we have a Hungry Ridge Wolf. We got a wolf here. Whenever you, as long as you control another wolf or werewolf, +1/+0 and trample. We've got a Geesa's Bidding. Geesa's Bidding is a 4 mana. Create 2/2/2s with Madness. We've got a Dawnheart Disciple. This is a human. Whenever another human you control enters, +1/+1 until the end of turn. Oh, wonder if we got a werewolf here, everybody. Let's see. We've got the Old Villagers of Estwald. Beginning of your upkeep. No spells were cast last turn. Transform. So 3 mana 2/3 transforms into a 4/6. That, of course, is a werewolf. So if a player casts 2 or more spells, transform back. We've got Howlpack Resurgence. This is a 3 mana flash enchantment. Each creature you control that's a wolf or werewolf gets +1/+1 and trample. We've got Lightning Mauler from Avacyn Restored. 2 mana 2/1 Soul Bond. As long as this creature is paired with another creature, both creatures have haste. We've got another flip card, a Grizzled Angler. This guy has tap mill 2 cards. If there's a colorless creature in your graveyard, transform. And we've got Grizzly Anglerfish. Look at that. That is a 4/5 Eldrazi fish. Pay 6. Creatures your opponents control attack this turn if able. The anglefish be dangling that angler. Ooh, Retro Foil Mountain. That's pretty sexy. We got a little Crimson Moon with the, looks like we got Castle Voldaire in there in the background. Next up, we have the Crusader of Odric. 3 mana, human soldier, power toughness equal to all creatures you control. So that's a good one. Made Holy says, why you gotta say it like that? Oh, I said it like that. You better believe it. So we got a Retro Border Soul Separator. 3 mana artifact, pay 5, sack this artifact. Exile target creature card from your graveyard, create a 1/1 spirit copy that has flying, create a black zombie token with power and toughness equal to that card's power and toughness. So yeah, this is a fun little card that makes a 1/1 with the a 1/1 copy of the creature you exile, and then makes a big dumb zombie equal to the power and toughness of the card you exile. Next up, we have a Retro Frame Foil Crawl from the Cellar. 1 mana sorcery. Return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Put a counter on a zombie you control with flashback. Next up, we have Hanweir Garrison. 3 mana 2/3. Whenever it attacks, create 2 1/1 humans tapped and attacking. It melds with Hanweir Battlements. It melds into a 7/4 trample haste. Whenever it attacks, create 2 3/2 Eldrazi Horrors tapped and attacking. It's a big ol' angry boy. Ol' Hanweir, says Pickens. We have Lieza, the Forgotten Archangel. Is a black-white angel. 5 mana 4/5. Flying Lifelink. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, return that card to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. Great little graveyard stacks. I wonder what we have up next, everybody. Up next we have, oh my god, Archangel Avacyn. So yeah, this is the 5 mana 4/4 Flash Flying Vigilance. Enters indestructible all your creatures. Whenever a non-angel you control dies, transform at the beginning of the next upkeep. And this is the 6/5. Deals 3 damage to each creature and each opponent, including your own, with flying. She's an angry, psychotic angel. She is on the rampage. Damn Nahiri and her lithoform magics. And last but not least, a borderless Sorin Imperious Bloodlord.
And that is why I freaked out, ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary pals.
Made Holy says, pretty sure you're supposed to pronounce it like she's Italian. Lieza. Okay, so, Soren Imperious Bloodlord. Yeah, we just talked about this guy. His roll down is put a vampire creature from your hand onto the battlefield for free. And yeah, I think he's definitely looking a little bit like Henry Cavill Geralt, if you ask me. But yeah, very, very cool. And then we've got a foil elemental human token. Nice. So we're gonna pull some of the stuff out here and take a little look-see-loo. Not a bad pack at all. Not a bad pack at all. All right. Boom. So we've got a little display here of all the spicy little boys and girls. Let's see. Bring Soren up to the front. Okie dokie. So yeah, we're gonna go through our we're gonna go through that Facebook post again here, and we're going to use the random number generator on Google, which of course is totally rigged, as you all know. We do own Google here at BlackPoloSociety. We are the Illuminati. We control Google. We control the random number generator. It's all rigged. We already know who's going to win. We've seen the future.
It's Nightbot.
Yeah, Nightbot's going to win. Why is Nightbot commenting on Facebook? What's going on? So we're going to refresh the page. So once more, we're going to post it into the chat. Made Holy asks, do you control the weather? Come on now. Look at my name. Of course I control the weather. So we're just going to say into chat, last chance to comment on this post. And then we are going to post the link one more time for everybody. If anybody
All praise Nightbot, says Made Holy.
Yes, indeed. So if anyone is currently posting on Facebook, let us know. Otherwise, we are going to go ahead with the giveaway. Good luck, everybody, says Fire Extreme. Thank you very much. So, yeah, let's see here. Of course, we cannot win our own post. So, let's see. We need to... Oh, I'm sorry, guys. We actually posted the wrong link in chat. We definitely did not make that easy for you guys. Okay, so that is the link for this post. Okay, so yeah, we've got, what is it? We got 10 comments here. Very cool. We want to see all comments. Obviously, we can't win our own post here with our wonderful Redshift Rocketeer Chief. Gotta love goblins, gotta love vehicles. Definitely reminds me of Warhammer 40K. Who doesn't love, the Green Boys and their wild and zany antics, right? So yeah, we're going to open up a Google random number generator here. And we are going to select the spinner. Yay, spinner! All right, so we're going to dial in our wheel size on the spinner according to our number of comments. So let's take a look-see here. A little look-see-loo, if you will. Okay, so we've got Eric, we've got Buddy, we've got Joseph, James, William, Nick, and James. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 individuals who have posted. So we're going to set our random number generator to 7, and then we're all going to go through it together. So Google Spinner, 7 numbers. Made Holy says, if I don't win, I'm quitting. The Emperor is still alive because the orcs believe it. Yes. It is the Gurren Lagann logic. It is it's undescribable, and yet it always works. So let's go ahead and roll for 7 and see who our very first giveaway winner is. Giveaway number 1, it is the third post from the top. So we've got Eric, William, and Joseph Beaver. Congratulations to Joseph Beaver. You are. Oh, and your birthday's in 2 days. Happy early birthday, Joseph. How cool is that?
Happy early birthday,
yeah.
nerd.
Awesome. Yeah, so congrats to Joseph. You are the winner of giveaway number 1. Of course, giveaway number 2 is for all of you Twitch streamers live watching. So yeah, Joseph is the winner of this juicy pack with the foil borderless Sorin, the Avacyn Purifier, Lieza, and all of the other cool kids here. Good job. Good job. Kudos to you. So let's get back to cracking packs here. I'm just making a note here that this is for Joseph Beaver. All right, let's get into the rest of these packs. So, moving along. Look at those shiny little packs in my hot little handy. All right.
Oh, yes.
What's up, baby girl?
Did you hear from Sebastian?
Nope. I would assume we are going to the gym tonight, and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay. So, back to pack view. Make my camera grow. All right, let's just start right here on the end, and let's get down to business. Okay, so pack number 2. Huzzah, huzzah! Let's get into it. First up, we've got a Braid, staple for all you red players out there. 3 damage to target creature or destroy target artifact. We've got a foil Thraben Inspector, 1 mana, 1/2 human, enters investigate.
Oh, cool.
We've got a Siege Zombie, 2 mana, 2/2, tap 3 untap creature you control. Each opponent loses 1 life. We've got Midnight Scavengers, a 5 mana, 3/3, enters, return a creature card mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to your hand. And then it melds with the Crypt Rats into a 5/6 haste menace. Whenever it enters, other creature you control +1/+0 menace until the end of turn. Blood Tithe Harvester, 2 mana, 3/2. Whenever it enters, create a blood token. Tap, sack this creature. Neg X equal to twice the number of blood tokens you control. Activate only as a sorcery. We've got a Cobbled Lancer Zombie Horse. 1 mana, 3/3. As an additional cost to cast a spell, exile a creature from your graveyard. Pay 4, exile this card from your graveyard to draw a card. We've got the Demon Male Hauberk. This is a 4 mana equipment. Equip creature gets +4/+2. Equip, sacrifice a creature. Daemon. We've got a foil Retro Forest. Oh, how majestic. Look at the leaves changing colors.
I love it.
We've got a retro Nibilis of the Urn. Flying. Whenever this creature attacks, you may tap target creature. Spirit Shenanigans. Next up, we got Sever the Bloodline. Heck yeah. 4 mana. Exile target creature. All other creatures with the same name. So, like we've discussed many times before, you could exile tokens, for example. If someone's playing a zombie deck, every zombie they control has the same name, unless it has a different creature type, or unless it's a legendary. So yeah, and this flashback's for 7. So great little removal spell. Next up, we've got a foil Brambleworm. 7 mana, 7/6, reach trample. Whenever it enters, you gain 5 life. Pay 3, exile this card from your graveyard to gain 5 life. Wow. Ooh, we've got Audric here. Audric Lunarch Marshal. Legendary creature, human soldier. Beginning of combat, creature you control gain first strike until end of turn if a creature you control has first strike. Same is true for flying, death touch, double strike, haste, hexproof, indestructible, lifelink, menace, reach, skulk, trample, and vigilance. Ooh-wee! Audric Lunarch Marshal. Next up, we've got, Restoration Angel. 4 mana, 3/4, flash flying angel. When this creature enters, you may exile a non-angel. Return that card to the battlefield under your control. Part of many an infinite combo. Very pretty Resto Angel. Second Harvest Retro. For each token you control, create a token that's a copy of that permanent 4-mana instant. Pickin says, I'm so torn between Retro Frame or the Borderless for visual upgrades. Yes, Retro Border is Nostalgia Town indeed. Oh, last but not least in this pack, we've got a Retro Huntmaster of the Fells. This guy was the king of standard for a while during Dark Ascension. 4 mana 2/2, enters or transforms. 2/2 wolf, gain 2 life. And then the backside is a 4/4 trample, transforms, deal 2, deal 2. Whew. Oh, I'm getting throwback to back when I was the store manager at CM Games East Town during the height of Werewolves and Return to Ravnica Standard, including Innistrad Standard. So yeah, we got Huntmaster of the Fells. Whoo. Ooh-wee. Foil retro. And then we've got a foil token that's an insect and a spider. All right. Let's keep it going here. Pack number 3. We've got Foil Faithless Looting. 1 mana, draw 2, discard 2 with flashback. We've got Gather the Townsfolk. 2 mana, create 2 humans. If you have 5 or less life, create 5 of those tokens instead. A Foil Abundant Growth. 1 green, enchant land. When this aura enters, draw a card. Enchanted land has tap at a mana of any color. We got the Harvest Hand, a 3 mana Scarecrow, 2/2. When this creature dies, return it transformed. Crypt creature gets +1/+1 as long as it's human. It gains Menace, the Scrounged Scythe. Let's see, we've also got a Foil Pack Guardian. 4 mana 4/3 Wolf Spirit with Flash. Whenever this creature enters, you may discard a land. If you do, create a 2/2 green wolf. Wow, that guy looks pretty gnarly. We've got Lingering Souls. 3 mana, create 2 white spirits of flying. Flashback for only a black and 1 mana. Gotta love the spirits. Gotta love the spirits. We've got Asylum Visitor, a 2 mana 3/1. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player has no cards in hand. You draw a card and lose a life. It's got Madness for 2 mana. Neat little vampire wizard. Really good in Angie and some other great discard commanders. Ooh, retro foil Swizzamp. Look at that. Got a little graveyard action going on here. Let's see what else we've got here. We've got Spider Spawning. 5 mana. Create a 1/2 green spider token with reach for each creature card in your graveyard. Flashback foe 7. Draft staple. Here we've got the Lunarch Veteran, a 1 mana 1/1. Whenever another creature you control enters, you gain a life. It's got Disturb for 2, so you can exile it from your graveyard to get a 1/1 flying. Whenever another creature you control leaves the battlefield, you gain a life. If it would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. We've got another Pack Guardian. Whoa, this pack has been double guarded. 2 Pack Guardians in this pack. Mausoleum Wanderer, a 1 mana rare spirit that has flying. It's a 1/1. Whenever another spirit you control enters, this creature gets +1/+1 until the end of turn. Sacrifice this creature. Counter target instant or sorcery unless they pay X, where X is this creature's power. This guy and Spell Queller were a little spirit combo where they were playing a very vicious tempo deck in Standard. Next up, Emrakul, the Promised End. Oh my gosh, so we got a retro Emrakul in this pack. Way to go, pack number 3. 13 mana for a 13/13 legendary creature Eldrazi. Costs 1 less for each card type in your graveyard. When you cast a spell, gain control of target opponent's next turn. After that turn, they take an extra turn. Flying, trample, protection from instants. Flying Spaghetti Monster Retro. Oh my gosh, we got the movie poster Hermit Druid. Another bomb, back to back. 1 green tap. Reveal cards on the top of your library until you reveal a basic land. Put the revealed cards into your graveyard. It is a 2 mana 1/1 creature human druid. Of course, tons of combos to win the game here with Hermit Druid. You know him. You'll love him. Last but not least, whoa, movie poster Through the Breach. So pack number 3 is totally insane. Yeah, so pay 5, put a guy from your hand into play for free, gains haste, dies at the beginning of the next upkeep. You gotta sack it at the beginning of the next end step. And yeah, look at that. Foil movie poster Through the Breach. So this pack is totally bonkers. We've got movie poster Through the Breach foil, movie poster Hermit Druid, and a retro Emrakul. What? And then we've got a foil elemental human token again. Nice. All right, we are cooking. Pack number 4. I think we're going to take all the bombs and we're just going to kind of set them aside here so that we can kind of see them in the backdrop. Look at that. Look at all these shiny, cool cards we got.
I love it.
All right. Pack numero 4. We've got Silent Departure. Return a creature to its owner's hand. 1 mana sorcery. Flashback for 5. Blood Mad Vampire. 3 mana 4/1. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, put a counter on it with Madness. Drogskull Shieldmate. 3 mana 2/3 flash. Enters. Creatures you control get +0/+1 until end of turn. Young Wolf Foil. What up, Young Wolf? 1 mana 1/1 with Undying. Whenever he dies, if he had no +1/+1 counters, returns to the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter. Burning Vengeance. This is a fun deck. 3 mana enchantment. Whenever you cast a spell from your graveyard, this enchantment deals 2 damage to any target. Foil Spider Spawning. For all you green-black reanimator boys. We've got Chalice of Life, Chalice of Death. 3 mana. Tap. Gain 1 life. If you have at least 10 more than your starting life total, transform. Transforms into the Chalice of Death. Tap. Target player loses 5 life. What? Ooh, we got a foil island here with a little shipwreck on it. How cool is that? Foil retro island. All right, we got Butcher Ghoul, 2 mana 1/1 with Undying, retro. We've got a Biolume Egg, 3 mana 0/4 Serpent Egg Defender. When this enters, scry 2. When you sacrifice this creature, return to the battlefield transformed at the beginning of the next end step. And it is a 4/4 Serpent, sack 2 islands, unblockable.
Okay, then.
We've got a foil Scorned Villager, a little Red Riding Hood here. A 2 mana 1/1. She's got tap, add a green, and then her ability is, at the beginning of upkeep, no spells were cast last turn. She transforms into the Moonscarred Werewolf. Vigilance 2/2, tap, add 2 green. Tomato Head's Journal. Yay! 5 mana legendary artifact. Beginning of your upkeep, investigate. Tap, sack 3 clues. Search your library for any card. Put that card into your hand and then shuffle. Foil Tamio's Journal. Ooh, another spicy spirit here. We got a Borderless Mausoleum Wanderer. The 1 mana 1/1 enters. Whenever another spirit enters, +1/+1 sack it, counter equal to its power. Whoa, movie poster Avacyn, Angel of Hope. Our favorite 8/8 for 8.
That's
Flying,
amazing.
Vigilance, Indestructible. Look at Grizzlebrand's eyeballs. Ooh. Very nice. Movie poster Avacyn. Oh, movie poster Cathar's Crusade foil. This is a 5 mana enchantment. Whenever another creature enters, put a 1/1 counter on every creature you control, including the creature that just entered. So that one's great. Wow, double movie posters in pack number 5. Then we got a blood token, vampire token here. Cool. So yeah, our movie poster collection grows. And of course, our retro retro Emrakul. Yeah, boss pulls indeed. 2 amazing packs back to back. So yeah, how about that? Come on, Serial Edgar. Come on, Serial Edgar. Daddy needs a new car. Let's go. We've got Falconwrath Torturer, a 2/1 sack a creature, gains flying until end of turn. If it was a human, put a counter on this creature. We've got Ancestral Anger. This is an angry pack, pack number 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh wait, this is what, pack number 5. Sorry guys. So yeah, pack number 5, Ancestral Anger. 1 mana, target creature gains trample plus X+0, where X is the number of cards named Ancestral Anger in your graveyard. Draw a card. Eccentric Farmer. 3 mana, Human Peasant. When this creature enters, mill 3 cards. You may return a land card from your graveyard to your hand. We've got the Village Messenger. 1 mana, 1/1 haste. And on the backside, it's a 2/2 menace. We've got Cathar's Call, Enchantment Aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature has vigilance, and at the beginning of your end step, create a 1/1 human creature token. Look at him flying around on a giant bird mount thing. Blood Mist. 4 mana enchantment. Beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gains double strike. Indulgent Aristocrat. 1 mana, 1/1 lifelink, Vampire Noble. Pay 2, sack a creature, put a counter on each vampire you control. And we've got another retro framed island foil. This one featuring a lighthouse. A retro Abundant Growth. Very nice. Retro framed Lightning Axe. 1 red. Additional cost to cast a spell. Discard a card to pay 5. Lightning Axe deals 5 damage to target creature. Great little madness enabler there.
Madness enabler.
Wild Field Scarecrow. 3 mana, 1/4 defender. Pay 2. Sack this creature. Search for up to 2 basic lands. Reveal them and put them in your hand. Foil retro. That's nice. Ooh, Vanquish the Horde, one of my favorite board wipes. 8 mana sorcery. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield. Destroy all creatures. Gravecrawler. Hell yeah. Gravecrawler, 1 mana, 2/1 zombie. This creature can't block. You may cast this card from your graveyard as long as you control a zombie. Gravecrawler, crawling into your DMs. Look at him. Creepy.
He is, like, super creepy.
A Thing in the Ice. Retro. 2 mana, 0/4 Defender Horror. This creature enters with 4 ice counters on it. As you cast an instant sorcery spell, remove an ice counter. When it has no counters, transform. Awakened Horror. It's a Kraken Horror. It's a 7/8. When it transforms, return all non-horror creatures to their owner's hands. We've got Thalia, Borderless, Heretic Cathar. She's a 3 mana, 3/2 legendary creature, human soldier. First strike, creatures and non-basic lands your opponents control enter tapped. And then we've got our human elemental token. Nice. So that was cool. We'll put Thalia here in the pile of spicy, spicy things. All right. We're almost halfway through our collector booster box break here. What a time to be alive. What a time indeed. Ellie, you want to bless this pack? I'm losing my voice over here.
What's I'd say we cut the stream a little short tonight,
I'd say we cut you a little short tonight. How's that?
eh? Too bad, I'm already short.
Oh, no, you're already short. I had no idea. Okie dokie. Pack 6. Strength of Arms. 1 mana combat trick. Target creature gets +2/+2 until the end of turn. If you control an equipment, create a human token. Imprisoned in the Moon. Many commanders pucker their butthole at the sight of this card. Imprisoned in the Moon. 3 mana enchant creature, land, or planeswalker. Enchanted permanent is a colorless land with tap, add a colorless, and loses all other card types and abilities. Phenomenal commander removal. It of the Horrid Swarm. Eldrazi Insect. This is Ellie's favorite. It's got the most legs. This is an 8 mana 4/4 emerge 7. When you cast a spell, create 2 insect creature tokens.
I don't like it.
I don't like it one bit. Alright, Desperate Farmer. 3 mana 2/2 lifelink. Whenever another creature you control dies, transform the farmer. He transforms into Depraved Harvester. A 4/3 human knight with a lifelink. We've got the Boarded Window. 3 mana artifact. Attacking creatures attacking you get -1, -0. Beginning of your end step. If you were dealt 4 or more damage this turn, exile this artifact. The Boarded Window. The Old Niblis of the Urn. Back again. 2 mana 1/1. Whenever it attacks, you may tap target creature. Here we've got Edgar's Awakening. 5 mana sorcery. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. When you discard this card, you may pay a black. When you do, return target creature card from the graveyard to your hand. And here we see Olivia reviving Edgar with her blood. Oh, Olivia, you crazy. Ooh, look at this. We have a majestic foil retro mountain here. Here we've got a borderless Infernal Grasp. 2 mana instant. Destroy target creature. You lose 2 life. Let's see if we can get that into better focus here, eh? There we go. Look at that. Demon. Next up, we have Village Messenger. 1 mana 1/1 haste. Flips into a 2/2 Menace. Foil Borderless Thraben Inspector. 1 mana 1/2. ETB, make a clue. Next up, we've got Foil Jace, Unraveler of Secrets.
See?
Where are my Jace fanboys at? 5 mana 5 loyalty. Roll up. Scry 1, draw a card. Roll down. Return a creature to its owner's hand. -8. You get an emblem with whenever an opponent casts their first spell each turn, counter that spell. Oh, Jace, you so crazy. Oh, Jace. Next up, we have a Borderless Cryptolith Rite. 2 mana. Creatures you control have tap, add a mana of any color. This does make every creature you control a Birds of Paradise. Next up, we've got, Thalia again. This time, though, this Thalia is retro bordered. So, Retro Frame, Thalia, Heretic Cathar. 3 mana first strike for 3. And a Borderless Rooftop Storm. You may pay 0 rather than pay the mana cost for zombie creature spells you cast. Ooh, what a spicy, spicy enchantment for all those zombie players out there. Then we got a Clue Blood token. All right. We are now into the bottom half of the box. Pack numero 7 here. Pack 7. Come on, Serial Edgar Markov. We've got Apothecary Geist. 4 mana 3/2 flying. Whenever this creature enters, if you control another spirit, gain 3. Butcher Ghoul. 2 mana 1/1 Undying Zomboni. We've got Aim High. 2 mana instant. Untap target creature +2/+2 reach until the end of turn. Foil Delver of Secrets. Oh my goodness. Standard 2010-ish called. They want their staples back. Delver of Secrets, famously 1 mana 1/1. Beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may reveal that card. If it's an instant or sorcery, transform. Jeff Goldblum. Here we've got the Insectile Aberration. Of course, a 3/2 flying human insect. So this card is a reference to the Jeff Goldblum movie, The Fly. Look at the legs, baby.
I don't want to. I heard.
Blah, blah, blah. All right, next up, we got Clear Shot. 3 mana. Creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. Another spicy little instant speed fight. One-sided fight. Intangible Virtue. 2 mana enchantment. Creature tokens you control get +1/+1 and vigilance. So many staples throughout the years in Innistrad. Triskaidekaphobia. 4 mana enchantment. Beginning of your upkeep, choose 1. Each player with exactly 13 life loses the game. Then each player gains a life. Or each player with exactly 13 life loses the game. Then each player loses 1 life. What a time to be alive. This card does have 13 references to the number 13 in its art.
And let me tell you, it's been a minute since I heard the name of it. So.
Triskaidekaphobia for all you 13 phobic players out there. We've got a foil retro forest in our box break here. What's up, Zarku? Happy to see you. Got Village Rites. 1 mana retro instant. Additional cost to cast a spell, sack a creature, draw 2 cards. Ghoul Tree. 8 mana 10/10 zombie tree folk. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature card in your graveyard. Scepter says the 13th reason. So we got a retro foil Angel's Tomb. How majestic. A 3 mana artifact. Whenever a creature you control enters, you may have this artifact become a 3/3 white angel creature with flying until end of turn. Faith can quicken the stones themselves with life. Writings of Micaeus. Oh yeah, we've had some spicy posters so far. We're going to go over them again after this pack. Hullbreaker Horror. 7 mana 7/8 Kraken Horror. Flash. This spell can't be countered. Whenever you cast a spell, choose 1. Return target spell you don't control to its owner's hand. Return a non-land permanent to its owner's hand. All right, what's up? BNR says, BPS for life. Zarku says, I pulled 4 of those. Oh, hell yeah, brother. We've got a Borderless Conjurer's Closet. 5 mana artifact. At the beginning of your end step, you may exile a target creature you control and return that card to the battlefield under your control. Great little blink flicker effect for those ETBs. Collective Brutality. This was a staple in Modern for years. 2 mana sorcery. Escalate, discard a card. Choose 1 or more. Target opponent reveals their hand. Choose an instant or sorcery and discard it. -2/-2 to target creature. Target opponent loses 2 life, you gain 2 life. Nice little retro frame Collective Brutality. Last but not least, Spell Queller. We were just talking about this guy last pack. Spell Queller is a 3 mana 2/3 flash flying spirit. When this creature enters, exile target spell, mana value 4 or less. When this creature leaves the battlefield, the exile card's owner may cast that card without paying its mana cost. And we got a Wolfie here. We got a double-faced wolf.
It's a baby.
Wolf. All right, Death Touch Wolf and a regular wolf.
It's a baby.
That is a baby. So let's review our polls. We've got a Thalia here. We've got a bougie movie poster, Cathar's Crusade. Ooh la la. We've got a movie poster, Through the Beach, featuring Emrakul. This looks amazing. We've got movie poster, Avacyn, Angel of Hope. Oh. Movie poster, Hermit Druid, for all you little combo players out there. And we've got a retro-framed Emrakul so far. Ooh-wee. All right.
Wait.
Bless the pulls. Bless the pulls. Zaku says, nice Monet. Indeed. Monet. All right, we've got to Think Twice. Pay 2, draw a card. Flashback for 3. We've got Blood Petal Celebrant, a 2-mana vampire for 2/1. First strike as long as it's attacking. Whenever it dies, create a blood token. Super sick pulls indeed, Pickens. Guardian of the Pilgrims, 2-mana 2/2 cleric. Whenever this creature enters, target creature gets +1/+1 until the end of the turn. Intrepid Provisioner, a 4-mana 3/3. Human Scout Trample. When it enters, another human gets +2/+2 until the end of the turn. Savage Alliance, 3-mana instant, escalate 1. Creatures target player controls gain trample. Deals 2 damage to target creature. Deals 1 damage to each creature target opponent controls. Zarku says, it's my time. Yes. Noose Constrictor, a 2-mana 2/2 reach. Discard a card. This creature gets +1/+1 until the end of the turn. Nebelgast Herald, a 3-mana flash flying 2/3 spirit. Whenever this creature or another spirit you control enters, tap target creature and opponent controls. We've got a retro framed mountain. We've got a retro Dauntless Cathar, 3-mana 3/2 human soldier. Exile this card from your graveyard, create a 1/1 spirit, activate only as a sorcery. Here we've got Mystic Retrieval, 4-mana sorcery. Return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Flashback for 3. Spellslinger Rejoice, a little combo piece there. We've got a foil retro Stromkirk Occultist, 3-mana vampire horror trample 3/2. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, exile a top card of your library until end of turn. You may play that card. Madness for 2. Shiny. Next up, we've got Galvanic Iteration.
Oh my.
2-mana instant. When you cast your next instant or sorcery this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets. Flashback, foe 3. Ooh, we got the Borderless Collective Brutality. Very brutal looking indeed. So again, it's a 2-mana sorcery. Escalate, discard a card. Choose one or more. Target opponent reveals their hand. Choose an instant or sorcery from it. They discard that card. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. Or target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Whew, that's a lot of words on a card. Oh, we get the Retro Frame Cryptolith Right. 2 mana. Creatures you control have tap, add a mana of any color. Last but not least, a retro foil Hullbreaker Horror. Hell yeah, look at that. Retro foil Hullbreaker Horror. So shiny. And we have a Human Spirit token here. Alright, we're getting down to the wire. We've got 4 packs left, folks.
Yeah, we do.
Let's start it off with Battleground Geist. 5-mana 3/3 flying. Other spirits you control get +1/+0. Seize the Storm. That is a 5-mana sorcery. Create a red elemental creature token with trample. Power and toughness equal to the number of instants of sorceries in your graveyard, plus the number of cards of flashback you own in exile. Flashback foe 7. Grapple with the Past. 2-mana instant. Mill 3 cards. You may return a creature or land from your graveyard. Great little mulch variant. Next up, we've got our Ecstatic Awakener. 1-mana 1/1. Pay 3. Sack another creature. Draw a card. Transform. And it is a 4/4 demon on the flip side here. Ooh, that looks cool. I love 1-mana 4/4s. Mausoleum Guard, 4-mana 2/2 Human Scout. When this creature dies, create 2 white spirits with flying. Demonic Taskmaster, 3-mana 4/3 Flying Demon. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a creature other than this creature. That's a fun little card in my John Irenicus deck, where we give those cards away to our opponents. Gaia Reach Bandit. Ooh, this is a great spell slinger. 3-mana 3/2 haste human rogue werewolf. And he flips.
And
into
it's
a
glare.
4/3. Whenever a werewolf you control enters, you may transform it. You got lightning in the background there.
This is badass.
Werewolves love transforming for free. Got a retro foil plains here. Little herd of sheep, scarecrow, pumpkin patch, good stuff. Next up another, this time retro framed Imprison in the Moon. Again, commanders quake in their booties when they see this card. Enchant creature, land, or planeswalker. Enchanted permanent is a colorless land with tap, add a colorless, and loses all other card types and abilities. This is one of the best ways to lock down a commander without killing it.
Frick yeah.
Retro Wildfield Scarecrow, 3 mana, 1/4 defender, pay 2 sack. Search your library for 2 basics and put them in your hand. Retro Frame Foil Village Rites, 1 mana instant. Sack a creature, draw 2 cards. Next up, we've got Foil Rooftop Storm, 6 mana enchantment. You may pay 0 rather than pay the mana cost for zombie creature spells you cast. What a time to be alive if you are a zombie player. We've got a Borderless Rooftop Storm with Ludovic here with doing the Lord's work. What nature creates cannot be unnatural. Dr. Zilke Grebs. That is a new name to me as a magic lore enthusiast. I'm going to have to find out more about this Dr. Zilke Grebs. Hey, Retro Frame Conjurer's Closet. Look at that. Nice. Pickens says, triple tap? Yeah. Indubitably. And, Retro Frame Sorin Imperious Bloodlord.
I feel good about
How
that.
classy is this fine fellow? Retro Frame Sorin. Of course, this is the Vampire Tribal Sorin, so his roll-up, target creature gets Death Touch and Lifelink. If it's a vampire, +1/+1 counter. Roll up, sack a vampire. When you do, deal 3 damage to any target, gain 3 life. Roll down, put a vampire creature card from your hand onto the battlefield for free. And we've got a human Chandra Dressed to Kill emblem here. Chandra Dressed to Kill emblem from Crimson Vow is whenever you cast a red spell, this emblem deals X damage to any target where X is the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. All right. 3 packs left. Fire Extreme says, don't like retro-themed planeswalkers. Yeah, it's definitely an acquired taste. Some of them I like a lot. Others not so much. I gotta say, others not a massive fan. Alrighty, let's dig into pack number 9 here.
Holy
Pack
hell.
number 9. Are we cooking with gas? Are we getting our serialized Edgar yet? Come on, where's he at? Soul Guide Griff, 5 mana, 3/4. When this creature enters, exile a card from a graveyard. Wretched Throng, 2 mana, 2/1, zombie horror. When this creature dies, you may search your library for a card named Wretched Throng, reveal it, and put it in your hand and shuffle.
Say, Joel.
Wildfield Scarecrow, yeah, babe.
A friend of mine off stream asked me the other week, how much in magic cards do we project we have?
How much money in magic cards do we have? Depends on who's asking. If it's the IRS, we have about $100 in magic cards.
It's not the IRS.
If it's you asking, I have about $100 in magic cards. I'd say we're magic cards, especially like singles, we're probably around, I don't know, 40K in singles, 20K in sealed products, somewhere around there.
Okay, I projected it at 100,000 because of the car.
Well, we have a lot of other stuff. It's hard to say. Because of the car. What?
We have stuff in the
Oh,
car
yeah.
that's not in this basement.
Hinterland Logger is a 2 mana, 2/1 werewolf. At the beginning of each upkeep, no spells cast transform. She transforms into the Timber Shredder. She's a 4/2 trampler. We've got Markov Waltzer, 4 mana, 1/3, flying haste. Beginning of combat on your turn. Up to 2 target creatures get +1/+0. She's got flying and haste. Spooky Boros Vampire. The Geist Catcher's Rig, a 6-mana 4/5. When it enters, you may deal 4 damage to target creature with flying. Yeah, these are the original Ghost Busters here. Geist Catcher's Rig. Neglected Heirloom, 1 mana equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1. When equipped creature transforms, you transform this card. And it's equipped creature gets +3/+3 first strike. We get another Lighthouse Retro Foil Island. Angelic Purge, 3 mana, sorcery. Additional cost to cast this, sack a permanent. Exile target artifact, creature, or enchantment. Demonic Taskmaster, a 4/3 flying demon for 3. Beginning of your upkeep, sack a creature other than it. Ooh. A Neglected Heirloom retro framed foily. Look at that. Straight from Browntown. Look at this thing. Whew. Next up we have... let's get it in focus here. Mass Hysteria. 1 mana, red enchantment. All creatures have haste. Ooh wee. This is originally, back in the day, Mirrodin was the first print of this, I believe. Goblin players rejoice, but this is also a fantastic card for werewolf players. Ooh, Borderless Spell Queller. Look at that art. 3 mana, 2/3 spirit, flash flying. Whenever it enters, exile a spell, mana value 4 or less. When this creature leaves the battlefield, they may cast the spell for free. Gosh, that looks awesome. We got a little seance going on here. We got a chained spirit. Oh my gosh. Yeah! Next up we've got Retro Frame Foil Liaza Forgotten Archangel.
Oh
it's
my
a 5
goodness.
mana 4/5 flying lifelink. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, return that card to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. Nice. Come on, Edgar Markov. Retro Framed Grizzlebrand. So this is the iconic 8 mana legendary creature demon, flying lifelink, pay 7 life, draw 7 cards, 7/7. Avacyn emerged from her broken hell vault, but her freedom came at a price. Him, Thalia, Knight Cathar. Unban Grizzlebrand. Unban Grizzlebrand. All right, we got a 5/5 demon token with a 1/1 human cleric on the back. All right, guys, this is our last pack before the giveaway. Last pack before our Twitch giveaway. Let's see what we get. Come on, 2 Edgar Markovs. Let's go. We've got Borrowed Hostility. 1 mana instant, escalate. Choose one or both. Target creature gets +3/+0 until end of turn. Target creature gains first strike until end of turn. Then we've got Foil Village Rites. Sack a dude. Draw 2. Makeshift Mauler. 4 mana 4/5. Additional cost to cast a spell. Exile a creature from your graveyard. A Festerhide Boar. 4 mana Boar. Trample. 3/3. This creature enters with 2 counters on it if a creature died this turn. A Groundskeeper. 1 mana 1/1 human druid. Pay 2. Return a basic land from your graveyard to your hand. The old Geist Light Snare. This is a 3 mana instant. This spell costs 1 less to cast if you control a spirit. It also costs 1 less to cast if you control an enchantment. Current target spell unless its controller pays 3. We've got Aberrant Researcher. This is our upgrade to Jeff Goldblum. 4 mana 3/2 flying. Beginning of your upkeep, mill a card. If an instant or sorcery is milled, transform. And Perfected Form. It's a 5/4 flying insect horror.
I don't like that.
Leggy. Fire Extreme says Edgar's in the giveaway pack. Calling it now. Good Lord, I hope so. We can clip that and get a little Facebook reel action going on. We got a foil retro planes here. Next up, Essence Flux. 1 mana instant. Exile target creature you control. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control if it's a spirit, put a counter on it. Lightning Mauler, Soul Bond. As long as it's paired with another creature, they both have haste. Whoa, slippery. We're losing the pile of cards here. Mist Raven.
Hello.
This is a retro framed foil Mist Raven, 4 mana 2/2 flying. When this creature enters, return target creature to its owner's hand. This is a power creep of the old Mana War for all you 90s kids out there. Chandra, Dress to Kill.
Holy crap.
3 mana, 3 loyalty Chandra. Roll up, add a red mana. Chandra deals 1 damage to any to target player or planeswalker. Roll up, exile a card from your library. If it's red, you may cast it. -7. Exile the top 5 cards of your library. You may cast red spells from among them you get an emblem with. Whenever you cast a red spell, this emblem deals X damage to any target, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast it. How about that? We got the emblem a few packs ago, and now we've got Chandra herself. Zarku says, I just pulled one of those myself. Traverse the Ulvenwald. 1 mana sorcery. Search your library for a basic, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle. Delirium. 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard. Instead, search your library for a creature or land, reveal it, and put it in your hand. I wonder what this card is. Arlincord.
We got her.
Legendary Planeswalker. Until end of turn, target creature gets +2/+2 Vigilance Haste. 0. Create a 2/2 Wolf Transform. And then Arland. Embraced by the Moon. Legendary Planeswalker Arland. Roll up. Target creatures you control gain +1/+1 Trample. Roll down. Deal 3 damage to target. Transform her back. -6. You get an emblem with creatures you control have haste and tap. One-sided fight. And it's any target, so you can technically fight their face. Hatchling BNR says, love the art on that Traverse card. Oh, yeah. Retro Foil Collective Brutality 2. We are a lucky boy. This is a very, very playable card. Just to remind you guys, it's 2 mana, escalate, discard a card, choose 1 or more. Target opponent reveals their hand, choose an instant or sorcery, discard it. -2 a creature. Target opponent loses 2, you gain 2. And we've got a foil vampire with flying. All right, folks. Here it is. The last pack. Okay. Let's check on Nightbot here.
I didn't realize his extension was TV.
Nightbot.tv. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to just shrink this down just a wee bit. So that we can currently check out our participants. Okay, so make sure that you are typing into chat so that you see your name at the top of the screen. You want to be an active participant in chat, okay?
You want to say things like into chat or
okie dokie.
where
Let's
you would
open
like
our
to,
last pack. The last melon for all you Ice Age fans out there. Okay, so first up, we've got Neonate's Rush. This spell costs 1 less if you cast a less to cast if you control a vampire. Deals 1 damage to a creature, 1 damage to its controller. Draw a card. We've got Crusader of Odric. It's an XX, power and toughness equal to the number of creatures you control. Next up, we have Syncopate. Oldie but a goodie. 1 blue and X, counter target spell unless they pay X. If that spell is countered this way, exile it instead of putting it into its owner's graveyard. Traveler's Amulet. 1 mana, pay 1, sack this artifact, search your library for a basic, reveal it, and put it in your hand. Lightning Axe. 1 mana. An additional cost, you may either pay 5 or discard a card. Deals 5 damage to a creature. Next up, we've got Archghoul of Thraben, 3-mana zombie cleric. Whenever this creature or another zombie you control dies, look at the top card. If it's a zombie, you may reveal it. Put it into your hand. If you don't put that card in your hand, you may put it into your graveyard. Next up here, we have the Shrill Howler. This is a 3-mana 3/1 werewolf horror. Creatures with power less than this creature can't block it. Pay 6, transform into a big old 3/5 Eldrazi werewolf. Creatures with power less than this creature's power can't block it. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, create a 3/2 colorless Eldrazi horror token. We've got a sexy foil retro frame Swizzamp. Currently got 4 Twitch viewers in our 4 Twitch viewers that are eligible. Make sure that you type into chat in the next 5 minutes so you can be part of the collector booster pull giveaway. So next up here, let's get this back into focus. There we go. We got a Lunarch Mantle, 2-mana aura. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and pay 1, sack a permanent, gain flying until the end of turn. Then we've got a Restless Bloodseeker, 2-mana vampire. 1/3, beginning of your end step, if you gain life, create a blood token. Sack 2 blood, transform. Blood-soaked Reveler. Beginning of your end step, if you gained life this turn, create a blood token. Pay 5, each opponent loses 2, and you gain 2. WickWiki98, glad I could finally make it out for the stream. Awesome, happy to have you here. Welcome. Love to see first-time chats. Yeah, Fire Extreme says, I think the chase cards are going to be easy to pull with all the variants available. Indeed. Big fan, big fan. Next up, we've got a retro-framed foil, Gather the Townsfolk. 2 mana, sorcery, create 2 1/1 white human tokens. If you have 5 or less life, create 5 of those tokens instead. Zarku says, I just pulled another Chandra Dressed to Kill. Heck yeah. Next up, we've got a foil Thing in the Ice, which is a 0/4, enters before ice counters. Anytime you cast an instant or sorcery, remove a counter, then flip it. And it is a 7/8 Kraken Horror. When it transforms, return all non-horror creatures to their owner's hand. Spicy, spicy boy. All right, next up we've got, Borderless Temporal Mastery. Pay 7. Take an extra turn after this one. Exile Temporal Mastery. Miracle for just 2. Flavor text. You have all the time in the world. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Next up, we have a retro-framed Mass Hysteria. 1 red. All creatures have haste. This card is quite the double-edged sword if you're in a pod with a bunch of aggro decks, let me tell you. But this one, instead of having goblins like the Mirrodin art, this one's got werewolves all over it. All right, last but not least, pack giveaway, we've got Traverse the Uvenwald Retro Frame Foil. Search for a basic, put it in your hand. Delirium. Search for a creature or land, reveal it, put it in your hand. Awesome. So let's just go through all the spicy stuff that was in that last pack for our giveaway before we announce our winner, okay? So let's just run it back here. Alrighty. Okie dokie. Alright, so we've got a Renin 7 emblem. You have no maximum hand size. With the XX Tree Folk on the back. Nice. Zarku says, winner, winner, chicken dinner. We've got Crusader of Odric, Neonate's Rush, Syncopate, Traveler's Amulet, Lightning Axe, Archghoul, Shrill Howler, Swamp, Lunarch, Blood-Soaked Reveler, Gather the Townsfolk, The Thing in the Ice Awoken Horror, Temporal Mastery, Mass Hysteria, and Traverse the Uvenwald. Hoo-wee! Fire Extreme says, resealed box, no Edgar. I demand a refund from the game piece. There's no Edgar in my box. This is unbelievable. Unacceptable. I'm putting on my Karen haircut. All right, folks, if this is your first rodeo, if you don't know the drill, you got to type into chat in the last 10 minutes to enter the giveaway. So I'm going to type that into chat right now. Last chance to type into chat to enter the giveaway. Boom. We currently have Wick Wiki, Fire Extreme, Zarku, Pickens, and Zepterthing in our giveaway. So let's shrink this down here. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so let's take another look at this. Look at that. It explains it in great detail. Giveaway. Send a message within the last 10 minutes to enter the giveaway. You must talk into chat to enter the giveaway. So we have our Google spinner here with our wheel size. The way it works is we simply click the number of applicable winners and it will roll the spinner automatically, and then that will determine the winner. We'll go down the list in the order that's on the list currently over here on Nightbot, and that will determine our winner. So I know we've got a bunch of people viewing right now who haven't chatted, so I'm going to give everybody another second to type into chat. While we do that, we're going to do a quick bathroom break. See you guys in 60 seconds. All right, folks, we currently have 5 potential winners. I hope everyone is ready. We're going to begin the countdown shortly. The countdown to determine our winner. Nightbot knows exactly what to do. Through Nightbot, all things are possible. So yeah, let's go ahead and start the countdown to determine the winner here. We're going to go ahead and run it back. 3, 2, 1. And let's roll it. Number 1, which is Wiki 98.
Let's do it.
So, congratulations, Wiki 98. You are our giveaway number 2 winner of the night. That means you are entitled to all the pulls from this last collector booster. So, now that you are a first-time chatter, all we need you to do is either message us on Twitch here, or you can message us on Facebook, or you can tell us your name on Facebook and we can reach out to you, and you will win all of these wonderful, sweet little pulls. So let's remind everybody of all the cool pulls that we had tonight, okay? Because there are so many, we literally could just spend hours going through them. So for the giveaway, we've got Traverse the Ovenwald, Mass Hysteria, Temporal Mastery, Awoken Horror / Thing in the Ice, Gather the Townsfolk, Bloodsoak Reveler, Lunar Mantle, Swamp, Shrill Howler, Archghoul of Thraben, Lightning Axe, Traveler's Amulet, Syncopate, Neonate's Rush, Crusader of Odric, and a Treefolk Renin 7 emblem. Very cool indeed. Okay, so then let's go through some of the spicy stuff we pulled in the rest of our collector box as well. We've got movie poster Cathar's Crusade here. Yay! We've got a Borderless Thalia. We've got a retro framed Emrakul Promised End. We've got a movie poster Hermit Druid, movie poster Avacyn, and a foil movie poster Through the Breach. We're going to flip back over here to gaze upon the great Edgar Markov that we did not, unfortunately, win. But that's okay. Better luck next time, right? Who knows? He could be just around the corner.
I mean, we do have pretty good luck, and we do spend justifiably a good amount of money on cardboard. So
yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, congrats everybody for the giveaway. So that is the giveaway portion of the stream. So let's go ahead and talk about what is on the agenda for the rest of the stream. So the first thing is we are going to take a look at Aether Drift spoilers. So for any of you who like to go down to the old local game store, we've got one hell of a pre-release coming up in 2 weeks at the Game Piece, everybody. So yeah. February 7th. February 7th, we've got a pre-release at the Game Piece. He's probably already full up. If you get a chance, check it out. Aether Drift is kind of like Hanna-Barbera Wacky Races. There's 10 different factions, just like the Ravnica guilds across 3 different planes. Tons of spoilers. We went over a couple of them at the top of the stream at 6 p.m., but yeah, let's take a look at some more here. We are going to crunch this down. Okay. And then we're going to make this grow. Boom. All right. Look at that. Okay. Let's go all the way back up to the top. There have been some spicy boys who've been spoiled lately. So let's see. Okay, so we got our screen dialed back in here. And yeah, let's take a little look-see-loo, eh?
Look-see-loo.
Okay, so nobody cares about commons and uncommons. Let's focus on the bombs. So, the Aether Drift Commander deck Eternal Might is the Esper Zombie deck. Esper Zombies. Both commanders, the Plan A and the Plan B, are super strong. Lots of new cards to look at. We've got a Zombie Bird Cleric here. Priest of the Crossing. Beginning of each end step, you put X counters on each creature you control, where X is the number of creatures that died under your control this turn. So clearly, there's ways to abuse this. You know, you can loop your guys. But yeah, this is a pretty powerful effect. Prophet of the Scarab is a 5-mana 3/4 zombie wizard with vigilance. When it enters, draw cards equal to the number of zombies you control, or equal to the number of zombie cards in your graveyard, whichever is greater. That's pretty wild. Literally, just fill your graveyard up with zombies, drop this guy, draw 10 cards. Fun stuff. Renewed Solidarity there is a 3-mana enchantment. As it enters, choose a creature type. Creatures of the chosen type get +1/+0. Beginning of your end step, for each creature token you created of the chosen type that entered this turn, create a token that's a copy. So it's kind of like an Annoyed Procession that triggers at the beginning of your end step. It just doubles everything you've made this turn. Very cool card indeed. Ret 2 Mystic, another zombie bird. This is a wizard. 2/1 flying for 2. Each creature card in your hand has cycling for 2. Very nice. Wizened Mentor, a 2-mana 2/2 zombie cleric. Whenever an opponent activates an ability of a permanent that isn't a mana ability, you create a 1/1 white zombie token once each turn. On Wings of Gold is a 4-mana enchantment. Creatures you control that are zombies and or tokens get +1/+1 flying. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, create a 1/1 white zombie creature token. All you zombie Esper players with your grave crawlers are going to be doing shenanigans with flying grave crawler, sack engines, zombie tokens. What a time to be alive. Then, in the recent spoilers, we have Lost Monarch of Ilfnir. 4-mana 4/4 zombie noble, afflict 3. This is an old ability from Amonkhet, Hour of Devastation. Whenever this creature becomes blocked, defending player loses 3 life. Other zombies you control have afflict 3. Beginning of your second main phase. If a player was dealt combat damage by a zombie this turn, mill 3, return a creature from your graveyard to your hand. Powerful value engine indeed. And then, one of my favorite of the new spoilers, Accursed Duneyard. This is a lot like the Swamp Yard. A bit of a variant here. Pay 2 tap, regenerate target Shade, Skeleton, Spectre, Spirit, Vampire, Wraith, or Zombie. So regenerate target Spooky Boy is kind of what this is doing. So those are all from the new Zomboni Precon. Other spoilers of note, we have District Mascot. This cute little boy here, the dog mount, enters with a counter on it. Pay 2, remove 2 counters, destroy an artifact. Whenever it attacks, while saddled, it gets a counter. It is a 1-mana 0/0 that comes in with a counter. Spicy. We've got Bestow Greatness, another good boy, a giant boy, if you will. Whoops. He is a big old baby. Let's go back up here to the top. Okay. We've got Explosive Getaway. 5-mana Boros sorcery, exile an artifact or creature, return to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. So this is a flicker, deals 4 damage to each creature. So yeah, it's just a blowing up vehicle. Basically, this Explosive Getaway is just like a vehicle blows up. Your guy comes back in at the end step. Nice. Boros gets a little pseudo board wipe maybe. Or maybe you're just playing like a giant deck and you want to kill all the smaller creatures. I don't know. Fun design space. Probably won't see a lot of play. Demonic Junker here is a 7-mana vehicle with affinity for artifacts. Costs 1 generic mana less for each artifact you control. When this vehicle enters, for each player, destroy 1 target creature that player controls. If a creature you controlled was destroyed this way, put 2 counters on this vehicle. 4/3, crew 2. So probably going to be a 6/5. So yeah, good stuff there. Let's see. We have poor little Loot here. Perilous Snare.
Oh no.
Loot is trapped in the cage. So it's a 3-mana artifact. Start your engines. When it enters, exile non-land permanent and opponent controls until it leaves the battlefield. Max speed. Tap, put a counter on a creature or vehicle you control. Activate only as a sorcery. Max speed is 4. When you hit speed 1, every turn after that, you go to speed 2, then speed 3, then speed 4. So basically, it's an O-ring. You got to wait 4 turns, depending on your speed. And then you can start putting counters on creatures or vehicles you control every turn at sorcery speed. Not too shabby. How many O-rings can we get that are just, constantly being upgraded? Let's see. What else are we working with here? Mu Yangling, Windrider. We went over this card earlier, but we'll do it again. Why not?
Because it's fun to say.
BNR says, I like your glasses, Ellie. They really suit you.
Thank you.
Mu Yangling, Windrider is a 4-mana 2/4 human wizard pilot. When it enters, create a 3/2 vehicle with crew 1. Your vehicles have flying. Whenever one or more creatures you control with flying deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. We've got the Curse Cloth wrappings over here. 4-mana artifacts. Zombies you control get +1/+1. Tap. Target creature in your graveyard gains Embalm until end of turn. Embalm cost is equal to its mana cost. Embalm is a keyword that gives Exile that card, pay its cost, create a zombie token that's a copy of it. It's a white zombie in addition to its other types and has no mana cost. So it's like an exile one-time effect that creature is now back on the battlefield as a token. Great for token doublers. Let's see what else we got here. We got the Rampaging Aetherhood. So we have a Teamer, aka red, blue, green energy deck, all about artifacts and vehicles and things of that nature. So Aetherdrift Commander deck has Rampaging Aetherhood, 5 mana, 4/4 Snake Hydra, Trample Ward 2. Beginning of your upkeep, get energy equal to its power. Then you may pay 1 or more energy. If you do, put that many +1/+1 counters on it. Pretty wild. Pima Trailblazer, 3 mana Elephant Warrior, Trample 3/3. When this creature deals combat damage to a player, you get that many energy. Exhaust, pay 6 energy, put 2 counters on this creature, draw cards equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. You can activate each exhaust ability only once per card. Nissa World Soul Speakers. This is one we were talking about in the Facebook group. Super powerful. Nissa World Soul Speaker is a 4 mana elf druid legendary creature. Landfall, get 2 energy. You may pay 8 energy rather than pay the mana cost for permanent spells you cast. Very spicy for gigantic creatures, powerful artifacts and enchantments. Whew, this is going to be a fun one. She does come in the precon. There's only 2 precons. Teamer Energy, Esper Zombies. Next up, we got Stride Hanger Automaton. 3 mana construct, 1/4. Thopters you control get +1/+1. If 1 or more artifact tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus an additional 1/1 Thopter get created instead. Etheric Amplifier is a 3 mana artifact that's a mana rock. It's got tap out of mana of any color. Pay 4, tap, choose 1, activate only as a sorcery. Double the number of each kind of counter on target permanent. Double the number of each kind of counter you have. So you could do energy. You could do poison if you're suicidal here. You could do experience counters. You could double your Planeswalker's loyalty. You could double +1/+1 counters. You could double charge counters. There's so many cool things with this new mana rock. Adaptive Omni Tool. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control, so it's already like a Nettle Cyst or a Cranial Plate. Already bonkers for 2 mana. But it also has, whenever equipped creature attacks, look at the top 6. You may reveal an artifact, put it in your hand, put the rest on bottom in random order. So super powerful effect on this equipment. Aether Flux Conduit is going to be a new energy game-breaking win con. 6 mana, whenever you cast a spell, you get energy equal to the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. Tap, pay 50 energy, draw 7 cards. You may cast any number of spells from your hand without paying their mana costs. Crazy. Cray. So that is another powerful card indeed. Let's see. We got March of the World Ooze. March of the World Ooze is a 6 mana enchantment. Creatures you control have base power, toughness 6/6, and are oozes in addition to their types. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, if it's not their turn, you create a 3/3 green elephant. So yeah, this just shits on blue players and counter spells and all those things. This card's amazing with Slimes Against Humanity. Of course, Slimes Against Humanity are 0/0s with trample. They get +1/+1 counters. So this now makes them all 0/0s that become base 6/6, and they still get all their +1/+1 counters. This card could be super fun in like a Hydra deck or a Tyrannid deck. Any creature type or tribal, archetype that revolves around 0/0s. This is going to be hilarious. Let's see what else we got that's spicy. Possession Engine is a 5 mana 5/5 vehicle. When it enters, gain control of target creature an opponent controls as long as you control this vehicle. That creature can't attack or block as long as you control a vehicle. So it's got crew 3. So presumably you steal their guy as long as you have this thing. Tap that guy to crew the possession vehicle. So it kind of checks out. Marshall's Path Cruiser is a new 3-drop vehicle for Wooburg decks. Whenever it enters, search for a basic, reveal, put it in your hand, exhaust, pay 5. This vehicle becomes an artifact creature permanently, put 2 counters on it. So it just becomes an 8/7 permanently. So it's kind of like a weird little uncommon win con and limited, maybe. most of the time you're just going to be seeing this thing in draft.
Joel dear.
Yeah.
Am I keeping track correctly? And we have opened everything we're gonna open.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go get my cord.
Okay, so we got Mindspring Merfolk, a new 1-mana Merfolk wizard 1/1 with exhaust X 2/2 or X blue. Draw X cards, put a counter on each Merfolk you control. Of course, exhaust says activate each exhaust ability only once. So you either have to sack the creature and bring it back, or you gotta blink it, or you gotta flicker it, or you gotta bounce it and recast it after you exhaust it, right? We got Full Throttle. This is a 6-mana sorcery. 6-mana sorcery. After this main phase, there are 2 additional combat phases. At the beginning of each combat this turn, untap all creatures that attack this turn. So the reality is you could play this on main phase 1 and then get bonus combat, original combat. Battle, untap, battle, untap, battle, untap. I mean, that's pretty much what we're talking about. So yeah, really effective. Fearless Swashbuckler is a new rare fish pirate. 3 mana, 3/3 haste. Vehicles you control have haste. Whenever you attack, if a pirate and a vehicle attack this turn, draw 3, discard 2. Very powerful effect. We do have a reprint here, Chandra's Ignition, pay 5. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to each other creature and each opponent. Really good one. Samut Driving Force is a 6-mana legendary creature, human warrior cleric. First strike, vigilance, haste. Start your engines. If you have no speed, it starts at 1. Increases on each of your turns when an opponent loses life. Max speed is 4. Other creatures you control get plus X+0 where X is your speed. Non-creature spells you cast cost X less where X is your speed. Naya Spellslinger Commander. This is our first real Naya Spellslinger Commander. So very interesting. It is a 6-drop. Obviously, it's not going to be hyper competitive, but super fun design space, super fun idea. Market Back Walker is a new XX construct 0/0. This creature enters with X/1/1 counters on it. Pay 4, put a counter on this creature. When this creature dies, draw a card for each counter on it. Another great card for your Hydra decks, your Tyrannid decks, and other various decks. Ketramos, the New Dawn, is a black-white god. This would be a really good auto-include, maybe in the new zombie deck. Menace, lifelink, indestructible. Can't attack or block unless there are 7 or more cards in exile. Whenever 1 or more cards are put into exile from graveyards and or battlefields during your turn, you draw a card and lose a life. So ideally, you exile a thing, draw a card, lose a life, then exile a new thing, draw a card, lose a life, exile a new thing, draw a card, lose a life. You get the gist of it. Then we have the Commander showcase cards. Hashaton, which will most likely see some play in CDH potentially. Lots of lines with Rootsguard Demon and Broodlord and Spellseeker. Just so many different combos. Temet Naktamun's Will is the primary commander of the deck. Vigilance, Menace, Attack, Draw, Discard. Whenever you draw zombies you control, get +1/+1 until the end of the turn. Saheeli, Radiant Creator. Teamer, legendary creature, human artificer. Whenever you cast an artificer or artifact spell, get an energy. Beginning of combat on your turn, you can pay 3. When you do, create a token that's a copy of a permanent 5/5 with haste, sack it at the beginning of the next end step. Very spicy. Pia Nalar, Chief Mechanic, is another Teamer legendary human artificer. Whenever 1 or more artifact creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, you get 2 energy. So in a 4-man pod, you could battle with 3 Thopters, 1 on each opponent. If they don't have blocks, you get 6 energy. Beginning of your end step, you may pay 1 or more energy. If you do, create an XX vehicle token, name Nalar Aetherjet, with flying and crew 2, where X is the amount of mana spent, or amount of energy spent. So very powerful effect. Giant XX flying vehicles every turn. Chrome Mox is, of course, a staple of CDH and Vintage. So Chrome Mox, imprint, artifact enters, exile non-artifact, non-land, tap at a mana of the exiled card's colors. Huge reprint, obviously. Chrome Mox is tanking. Big money reprint, yeah. Lord of the Undead, super crazy art, 3-mana zombie, other zombies get +1/+1. Pay 2, tap, return a zombie card from your graveyard to your hand. So yeah, that about wraps up the spoilers currently. So yeah, that wraps up spoilers. Let's see what else we're going to talk about today. So let's see. We're going to go back to BlackPoloSociety here. We're going to go to the events tab. So this is going to be your kind of one-stop shop for the next couple months to keep tabs on what in the world is going on in the world of BlackPoloSociety. Okay, it's simply facebook.com/groups/BlackPoloSociety/events. We're going to be filling this out over the next couple weeks, and yeah, basically we're just going to have a ton of events coming up. Right now, we're currently in the Precon Escalation League. So everybody signs up with a Precon every 2 weeks. You can buy 2 booster packs to put into your Precon and soup it up. And it's for 3 months. So in 2 weeks, we have the Aether Drift pre-release, February 7th. We're going to have basically like a free reset for players who want to switch to Esper Zombies, or for players who want to switch to Teamer Energy. So you can take out your current deck and you can play instead with those decks. That being said, my understanding with Dalton is that you won't be able to buy packs for those decks. You're going to have to start all over in terms of the number of pack upgrades you have with your current deck that you're playing in the Precon League. So if you really like Esper Zombies or you really like Teamer Energy, you can switch to that deck with no penalty. You'll keep your current points, but you won't be able to buy the packs from the previous weeks. You only get to get all the packs in the upcoming weeks, which really isn't a big deal. Yeah, Precon League's going on for the next 3 months. I don't have any open chargers over here.
Do you have anything?
No, I don't. Nope. Yeah, basically, Precon League over the next 3 months. Precon League is actually going to end the week before pre-release in June for Tarkir. Okay, so I'm sorry, pre-release in April for Tarkir. So the way that it works is Precon Escalation League is running until the week before pre-release for the new War Tarkir set. After that week, we may start a new Precon League after Tarkir comes out. And that would mean that you could play with Tarkir Precons, you could play with Aether Drift. Final Fantasy is only a month away at that point. You could be playing with Final Fantasy cards in the Precon League 2. That'll be running pretty much all summer if we do another one. Rocky Top Game Con is 4 months away. We will definitely be having casual and competitive Commander events. I want to do side events like Draft. Maybe we'll have somebody bring a cube. We're going to be doing a ton of events for Rocky Top Game Con. May 23rd, 24th, 25th, aka Memorial Day weekend. So keep your eyes peeled for Rocky Top Game Con. We also have a new batch of custom dice for 2025 coming out. Both of our winners tonight are going to be getting custom BPS dice, the Mother of Pearl Iridescent, and a Smoke Translucent. So custom BPS dice for our winners tonight, and we are working on our new 2025 custom BlackPoloSociety dice for all you dice goblins out there. So yeah, that's about it for the agenda today. We really just wanted to talk about Innistrad Remastered, Aether Drift, Precon Escalation League, and Rocky Top Game Con. That being said, with Rocky Top Game Con 4 months away, over the next 3 months, every month we're going to have an event in February, March, and April. Probably one in May, just a little sneak one in, squeeze one in right before the con, to give you a free weekend pass or a free entry into the CEDH tournament. So this year, weekend passes are even cheaper than ever before. Over 1,000 people last year for ticket sales. This year, Rocky Top's going to be even bigger. We expect attendance well over 1,000 people. It's just a super fun time for gamers. We've got a huge board game library, over 100 different board games you can play. There's games of Pathfinder, Starfinder, D&D. People were playing Palladium. I think people were playing Call of Cthulhu. There's all kinds of RPGs going on. There's tabletop gaming. There's wargaming. Obviously, there's a massive 150-player Warhammer tournament. There's an Age of Sigmar tournament. There's going to be cosplayers. There's going to be panels. There's going to be all kinds of stuff.
And my booths. My booths.
Ellie's going to be selling booths full of stuffed animals and other various babies. There's going to be a huge video game tournament. There's concessions. There's food trucks. All of this right here in Knoxville, Tennessee. So keep your eyes peeled. Again, Facebook.com/groups/BlackPoloSociety/events for the Rocky Top Game Con info. We're going to keep you posted on that. So yeah, you got to keep your eyes peeled till we get that stuff posted. But yeah, thanks again everybody for jumping on here. Congrats again to our winners, Joseph Beaver, for winning the Facebook giveaway, and WickWiki for winning the Twitch giveaway. So yeah, thanks again for all your support, everybody, and we will see you soon.
On the flip side.
See you on the flip side. Bye, everybody.
Bye, peeps.